Joe Saunders has offered to meet Gennady Golovkin for the undisputed world middleweight title, if the Kazakh knockout merchant can wait until the first week of June. No sooner was Golovkin's mega rematch with Canelo Alvarez cancelled here in Las Vegas late Tuesday night than Frank Warren was burning the transatlantic phone line. Warren said, "Golovkin has always said that he wants to get the last middleweight belt he doesn't hold yet by fighting Billy Joe. This is the chance for both of them." Saunders has had to postpone a defense of his WBO title next month because of a broken hand. That fight against Martin Murray has been rescheduled for the O2 on June 23, but Warren says that was the only date in June available at that arena. Although Billy Joe can't recover in time for May 5, he could go as early as the first or second Saturday in June. I am making a huge offer for Gennady to come to a football ground in London. Otherwise we are just as happy to go to Las Vegas, where Golovkin is keen to headline for the first time in his career. When Canelo pulled out as it became clear that the Nevada State Athletic Commission are unlikely to excuse his failed clenbuterol drugs test, Golovkin announced that he would go ahead on May 5 against another opponent. Says Warren, the T-Mobile area in Vegas are already refunding the high-priced tickets for Canelo Golovkin. Their problem now is that the date coincides with a Mexican national holiday and most of those expensive seats have been taken by the thousands who come across the southern border to celebrate. It might be wiser for Gennady to take a slightly smaller arena in June and fill it with Billy Joe, who really believes he has a great chance of winning that fight. Canelo's mea culpa appears to have two purposes. One is an attempt to retrieve something of his tarnished reputation, not only in the US and Europe but in his native Mexico. There is this illusion at home with his blaming of Mexican meat for returning 2 positive drug samples in February. There was already a weakening of his support in Mexico following the controversial draw he was gifted by the Las Vegas judges in their first fight. Secondly, by withdrawing prior to the April 18 hearing called by the Nevada Commission, he is hoping to be free to make the big bucks with Golovkin come the September date of the next Mexican national holiday. Alvarez was initially suspended until the hearing. The commission were under pressure not to go soft on the contaminated meat excuse, which has now been largely discredited. Many in world boxing have been calling for an exemplary ban. However, if he can raise sufficient doubt about the source of the clenbuterol, they may bring down a 6-month suspension backdated to the February tests. Canelo has not failed any of his several tests since